through this process, and it's keeping you safe. Like you're going, what keeps me from rolling on my face on the floor? Your unconscious mind goes, that would be stupid, and keeps you from doing stuff like that. So those are me trying to answer your questions, and now I need you guys to answer one of my questions. It's an easy one, and I want the answer to be an enormous yes. Are you guys ready to have some fun? Excellent. Start that background music. I know you guys at some point have seen one of those hypnotists who will dangle a watch and go, oh, you're getting sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. We don't use a watch because I don't want you to think it's something outside of you that's going to make this happen. In a very real sense, I'm like a tour guide. I'm guiding you through the tour, but you're the one who's taking the work. Now, he's got a little light on back here to make sure we've got our music going. Okay, crank that music up. All right. Try this. Okay, we're good. All right. Everybody sit up straight, feet flat on the floor. Raise your hands if you're chewing gum. I do need to know that. That's going to start to distract you, so I'm going to give you a couple little slips of paper. You can kind of move those into long-term storage for me. Focus your eyes and attention on the very tip of my finger. Take a deep, gentle breath of air. Hold, and as you let it out and breathe normally, close your eyes. Close your eyes and focus on the sound of my voice. Your eyes are not glued shut. You will always be able to open them, but I will ask this, that you do keep them closed until I specifically and explicitly ask you to open them. From time to time, I will escort a few of you out the stage into the audience. If I do, you will go quietly so as not to disturb anybody, but this is very important. Do not leave unless I ask you to go. Your leaving could distract the people around you, or it's possible that you could be very deeply under and just not aware of it. What we're going to do today is unlock the incredible imaginative power that is in your unconscious mind. You're going to find yourself in a mental place where things that didn't used to make sense to you now seem completely like good ideas. Don't ask yourself this question. Never ask, am I hypnotized? Am I not hypnotized? There's no emotional feeling that goes along with it. It's not an emotion. It's a mental process. Just follow my instructions and trust that I have your best interest at heart and we're going to have some fun. I want you to picture, to imagine, to visualize what I call a blanket of relaxation tucked safely and securely around your feet. See in your mind a particular pattern. See in your mind a particular color. And know that whatever part of your body this blanket covers, whatever it touches, you will let that part of your body go totally loose, totally relaxed, kind of like an old red dish rag. Begin by relaxing the bottoms of your feet and now relax the tops of your feet. It may be difficult to relax if somebody asks you to or tells you to, but you don't worry about that. You're the one that's making this happen. You make it happen at your own pace, at your own speed. In a minute, I'm going to be using the word sleep, and although I will use the word sleep, you will never be truly asleep like you are in your own bed at night. You'll be aware of the sound of my voice at all times. You'll be aware of the sounds coming from the audience. You'll be aware of the movement from people around you. It's possible that as you hear that audience laugh and clap and applaud, that you will understand that they care very much about what is happening to you on stage, and you can just let that knowledge pass through you like a wave, help you relax and begin to carry you down. See that sense of relaxation, see that blanket, feel that sense of relaxation start to move up into your feet, up into your ankles, up into your calves, and I want you to begin saying silently in your own mind, I'm going deeper and deeper asleep. I'm going deeper and deeper asleep. I'm relaxing and drifting deeper, deeper and deeper still. Notice as I'm talking to you that your breathing has already become deeper and more relaxed, and that's all it takes, just to focus on the sound of my voice and allow the sound of my voice to begin to carry you down. As you begin to relax, you'll notice the people around you relaxing. You may feel somebody's hand sort of drop on your side. It's possible that somebody's head will roll over and land on your shoulder, and if it happens, it will not bother you in the slightest. It will not disturb you in the least. You will know that these people care very much about what is happening, and you will let that knowledge pass through you like a wave and continue to carry you down. In your mind, pull that blanket all the way up over your lap. Feel that sense of relaxation move up into the hips, up into the abdomen, all the way into your torso, continuing to say silently, deeper and deeper asleep. deeper and deeper asleep, relaxing and drifting deeper and deeper. And now I want you to gently put one hand on each of your knees, one hand on each of your knees, but allow your elbows to stay nice and relaxed and continue to drift. Feel that sense of relaxation move up into your torso and in your mind. Feel that sense of relaxation move up into your chest and into your shoulders, and imagine that blanket tucked in around your neck safely, securely. When I ask you to, you're going to let those shoulders relax. Go. Let them drop. Feel that sense of relaxation moving down the arms. Relax the elbows. Feel it moving down to the forearms, the hands, the tips of the fingers. Notice as I'm talking to you that your fingertips may become slightly tingly. And if that happens, do not worry about it. It's perfectly normal and perfectly natural. Just feel yourself continuing to relax. If you lose concentration, it's normal as well. Just begin to refocus on the sound of my voice and allow the sound of my voice to continue to carry you down. In your mind, pull that blanket up over the back of your head and feel the muscles in the back of the neck start to let go. Feel your chin want to tilt or list downward toward your chest, and allow gravity to take its course as you continue to drift deeper and deeper and deeper still. Relax the back of your head. Relax the top of your head. Relax the face, the right side of the face, the left side of the face, the jaw. Let the colors shift and change within your eyelids. They may turn from a pinkish red to a green. They may go the other way, but as they shift and as they change, already in a very deep state of hypnosis, and you will continue to drift deeper. Focus on the sound of my voice. My touch will not bother you. Just let yourself relax. Continue to drift deeper and deeper still. My touch will not disturb you. Relax and continue to drift deeper. Relax and drifting deeper. Relax the back of the head, the top of the head, and I'm going to count backwards now from 10 to 1. With each count, your job is simple. Take yourself down twice as deep as you were the moment before. When I reach 1, you'll be in a very deep state of hypnosis, continuing to go deeper as you follow every one of my suggestions. And now 10, wrap your imagination around the sound of my voice and use it to carry yourself down. 9 with every count. Let those muscles go totally loose, totally relaxed. 8, relaxing and drifting deeper and deeper still. 7, drifting deeper. The only things that need to matter now are the instructions I give you and the acting out of those instructions. 6, relaxing and drifting deeper and deeper. 5, deeper still. 4, focusing on the sound of my voice. 3, continue to drift deeper and deeper. 2, continue to drift deeper and deeper. 1, drifting deeper and deeper still. I'm going to come up to some of you and give your hand a gentle tug forward, and I will say the word sleep. No matter where you are, no matter where I am, from this moment forward, every time you hear me and only me say that word sleep, you take yourself down, not once, not twice, but 3 times deeper. My touch will not bother you. Relax and sleep. 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 Relax and sleep. Relax and sleep. 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 Relax and sleep. Deeper. 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 Adopt whatever position is comfortable and natural to you. Relax and sleep. Relax and sleep. Relax and sleep. Relax and sleep. All my volunteers, listen carefully and listen closely. You're about to hear a huge round of applause come from the audience. As you hear it, you will let it pass through you like a wave and carry you deeper still. Folks, it is showtime. Give it up for my volunteers. Let it pass through you like a wave and carry you deeper and deeper and deeper still. Deeper still. If there's somebody near you in the audience, point that person out to me. If there's somebody near you in the audience. All my volunteers, listen carefully and listen closely. We are about to go on a series of wonderful imaginative voyages, and you are going to be doing some things which are not possible in everyday life. But I want you to remember that these are voyages of your imagination, and in your imagination, anything can and will be possible. I'm going to count from 1 to 5 in a minute, and when I do, I want you to begin to sit yourself up gently in that chair with your eyes closed, keeping them closed until I tell you to open them. And as you sit up in that chair, I want you to picture, to imagine, to visualize that you're no longer on a chair, on a stage, in a gym. Instead, you are on a plush, comfortable, first-class jet airplane seat on a plane that will be bound for beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. See, we didn't tell them ahead of time because we were afraid we'd have too many volunteers. But when I count from 1 to 5, you're going to sit up straight in your chair with your eyes closed. Begin to imagine yourself on that seat. Listen carefully to the sound of my voice. I will be your pilot. I will have an announcement specifically for you. And remember, no matter where you are, whenever I say sleep, boom, exactly where you are right now. Every time we bring you back up, you'll become twice as creative. 1, with your eyes closed, begin to sit up in your chair. 2, begin to imagine, focus, see, visualize yourself on the seat of that airplane. 3, listening carefully to the sound of my voice. 4, picture yourself. Make it as real in your mind as you are capable of. 5, listening carefully. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot. I'd like to welcome you now to Flight 555, round trip to Honolulu. In a few minutes, we will prepare the cabin for takeoff, and we want you to know that this is the safest aircraft on the planet. No harm or damage can possibly befall this aircraft. In a minute, you're going to hear those airplane's engines rev up, and when you do, you're going to feel the vibration of that powerful engine. And as we taxi out to that runway, you're going to feel the rocking, swaying, and rocking. And as we turn down that runway and begin to pick up speed, you will feel the G-forces, the forces of gravity, pulling you very far back into your chair. We will be taking off at an extremely steep angle of ascent today. Do not worry, your chairs are bolted into the aircraft floor. They cannot, will not be tilted back. But passengers, at this moment we must observe all standard FAA safety protocols. Passengers, at this moment, please see to it that your seatbelts are buckled low and tight over your lap, and that your tray tables are upright and in locked position. Make sure that your carry-on luggage is stored either in the overhead compartment or beneath the seat in front of you. And listen carefully, because you're about to hear those airplanes' engines rev up. And right now, feel the vibration of that aircraft as we start to taxi out to that runway. Feel the rocking and swaying and rocking as we taxi out to that runway. Rocking and swaying and rocking and swaying. We're turning down that runway. You can feel the G-forces pulling you farther and farther back into your chair. As we go faster down that runway, going faster down that runway. Faster and faster. In the count of 3, we're taking off and we are going up. 1, 2, 3. Going higher and higher and higher and higher. At the count of 3, we're about to take a very sharp bank to the right. 1, 2, 3. Leveling off now at an altitude of 40,000 feet, and you're sitting at that chair and you are happy. You've got your eyes closed. You are on your way to Hawaii. You're thinking about the incredible time that you're going to have. Oh, you feel so good. Now, you will keep your eyes closed until I tell you to open them. But passengers, I want you all to turn and look out that window to your right. You will see that down below us is sand. Nothing but sand as we fly over the desert. And down below you, in that sand, you can make out what appear to be footprints. The pilot has seen these too, and he's about to swoop us down for a closer look. At the count of 3, we're swooping down. 1, 2, 3. Leveling off. You can see in that sand is animal tracks. There's being made by a camel. And there's a man sitting on that camel, and he has looked up and he has spotted you in the window. And he is waving to you. He's a very long ways away. If you expect him to see you, you're going to have to wave back. He is a very long way away. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We regret to inform you that as we fly over the desert, that the outside air temperature is 135 degrees. Unfortunately, the air conditioner has malfunctioned on the aircraft and the heater is stuck on high, and we have received many complaints from the passengers about the oppressive heat. We are sending our flight crew around to take a closer look, and we will have this problem rectified, but for now, passengers, do whatever is necessary to keep cool. This is not good. That temperature is hot. It is hot. The hot sun's rays are baking down on the outer skin, and you can begin to feel the perspiration form around your collars. Some of you are fanning yourselves with your hands. That seems to cool you down quite a bit. Why do they put vinyl seats on airplanes? You know what it's like when you're hot, you're sticky, you are sitting on vinyl, and that underwear just starts to ride up. Oh, that is so uncomfortable. When I count from 1 to 3, that air conditioner is fixed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, that feels so good. Reach up, adjust that cold air, then feel the cold waves. Oh, that feels so good. You will keep your eyes closed, passengers, but turn your head, look out that window to your left, and you will see that we are flying over the Antarctic. Below you, glaciers, ice as far as the eye can see. Oh, right below you, in that ice, this is cool. There's a whole bunch of cute little penguins just sliding down an iceberg into the water. Oh, they are darling. They are so cute. You've got your new cell phone camera in your lap. You promised your friends at home as many pictures as you could get. Just look at those little orange feet sliding down. They are so cute. And ladies and gentlemen, we regret to inform you as we fly over the Antarctic that the outside air temperature is 35 below zero. Unfortunately, the air conditioner is stuck on high. We have lost all heat into the cabin. We are sending our flight crew around to take a closer look. Try to keep warm, passengers, and we send our flight crew around. This is not good. The temperature's dropping. It is dropping. You can feel the goosebumps forming on your arms and your legs. It's getting colder and colder. 35 below zero outside, and nobody thinks to bring a coat with them going to Hawaii. It's getting colder. Frost is forming on the windshield of that aircraft. Icicles are forming from the roof. Body heat. Body heat is the only thing that will keep you warm. The closer you get to your neighbor, the warmer you are going to get. That's right. The closer you get to your neighbor, the warmer you are going to get. But when I count from 1 to 3, that heat is fixed. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that feels so good. And everybody sit there, feet flat on the floor, one hand palm down on each of your knees. You know, passengers, while you were sitting there, our flight crew came around and they played a nasty practical joke on you guys. They put a great big spot of glue on each and every one of your knees. And I'm really sorry to tell you, this is airline quality industrial strength adhesive. It is the strongest adhesive, and the more you fight it, the more you struggle, the more tightly your hands become glued. To move your knees, you're a part of your body. You just can't move those hands. Go ahead and fight it. Go ahead and struggle, because the more you fight, the more you struggle, the more tightly your hands. Oh, do you notice that fly that landed on the tip of your nose? Dang, that is starting to itch. The one that's just crawling around there on the tip of that nose. Sure would be great to get him off, but you can't because your hands are glued firmly. Oh, you got another fly buzzing around the cheek. Got one on the cheek now, one on the nose, one on the cheek, one on the nose. That third fly just went straight up the nostrils. Man, I hate when that happens. No, this is not good. Passengers, there was a little boy who brought his ant farm in his carry-on luggage, and that ant farm has tipped over, and the ants are loose in the cabin. They are loose and they're crawling around the cabin. They're crawling up your legs. They're crawling up your legs, arms and legs, all the way up. Oh, they're fire ants. That's not good. They're biting all the way up those legs. Fire ants. Oh, not good. Ants in your pants. This is bad. But when I count from 1 to 3, those hands are free. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Ah. And remember that word, because every time you hear it, it's lights out. And everybody sleep. Drift deeper. Now, one of the cool things about hypnosis is that you get to experience early life again, but it gets to be more fun the next time around. And all my passengers, listen carefully, listen closely, because when I count from 1 to 5, you're going to be sitting straight in your chair with your eyes closed, but you're going to become aware of a very strange change that has taken place. You're going to realize, picture, imagine, that you are 5 years old once again. And not just you at the age of 5, no, you're the perfect 5-year-old, the ideal 5-year-old. You'll be emotional, exactly like a perfect 5-year-old. And you're going to believe that you are in a movie theater watching the funniest cartoon that you have ever seen. I don't care what your favorite cartoon is, that is what's going to be on the screen. You'll be laughing because you're 5 years old, and you know how contagious laughter gets when you're 5. You'll hear the audience laughing. Boys and girls, the more you laugh, the more they laugh, the funnier that cartoon is going to get. When I count from 1 to 5, you'll be 5 years old, eyes closed, watching that funny cartoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look, it's Bugs Bunny. You love Bugs Bunny. That is the funniest episode of Bugs Bunny you have ever seen. And there's Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, it's SpongeBob. You love SpongeBob. Oh, wait a minute. It's South Park. Your mommy and daddy won't let you watch South Park, but there's Kyle and there's Cartman. Oh, they just killed Kenny. They just killed Kenny. I don't know how it is possible, but it is getting funnier. It is getting funnier. Oh, wait a minute. They are changing that movie. They are changing that movie, and you are 5 years old, and you are all alone in that dark, dark movie theater. And boys and girls, your chairs are bolted to the floor, but you're only 5, and you're watching one of those scary monster movies. Oh, look, you're watching The Ring. There's that stone well, that rock is sliding off the stone, and those bony fingers are crawling out. She's out of the well. She's crawling toward the TV screen. She's out of the TV screen. She's in that living room. Oh, she's crawling toward the movie screen. Oh my gosh, she is out of the movie screen. She is in the movie theater with you. But now they are changing that movie. They are changing that movie again. And remember, you are 5 years old, and now they're showing one of those gooey romance movies. Oh, yeah. Oh, why do they let boys and girls watch movies like that? There's that violent, oh my gosh, they're kissing right on the lips. Ooh, cooties, boy germs, she likes it. Now he's slipping her the tongue. Ooh, they are changing that movie again. And boys and girls, when you hear what this next movie is, I don't care whether you're a little boy or a little girl, you will love this movie. It will be your favorite movie in the whole world. Look, it's Bambi. Oh, you love Bambi. Just all your favorite forest animals. Look, there's flowers so pretty, and there's thumper, thump, 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 thump. Look up on that hill, that is Bambi's mother. The camera is zooming in on Bambi. Wait a minute. What's that sound? Oh my God, no. You are 5 years old and the hunter has just shot Bambi's mom. She's on the ground, she's bleeding. Bambi is trying to wake her up and she is not waking up. I think she's dead. I think she's dead. It's the most horrifying thing that you have ever seen. Bambi is all alone in the world. Poor Bambi. Wait a minute. Could it be? Look, it is. It's the remake of Bambi. She's up. She just grazed. She's bounding off into the forest. You are so happy. And everybody sleep. Drift. Deeper. Deeper. And deeper still. I'm going to let one gentleman go back out to the audience. All my other volunteers, listen carefully, but this man I'm touching on the head, and this man only. When I count from 1 to 3, your eyes will open, you'll be wide awake, feeling great. Everyone else will continue to drift deeper. 1, that man, eyes starting to open. Everyone else drifting deeper. 2, that man, eyes opening now. Everyone else drifting deeper. 3, this man, wide awake. Wide awake. Wide awake. I will let you go back down to the audience. Thank you so much for coming up. Everybody give a big round of applause for coming and having us out. Very good. The chairs get kind of stiff. All my other volunteers, listen carefully. We're about to move on to what we call waking hypnosis. See, it's a real common myth that they got to be all loose and floppy like this. Not so. All my volunteers, listen carefully. When I count from 1 to 5, you're going to be sitting straight. Your eyes will be open, and you will feel, for all intents and purposes, to be wide awake. You'll be aware of everything. You'll be aware of me, the audience, but you'll still be very deeply under, and you will respond even more vividly to my suggestions, and this is why this is so important. From this moment forward, no matter where you are, and no matter where I am, every time you look at me from the front, you are going to believe in your heart of hearts that I am really well dressed. And I may ask you about it, and if I do, you'll compliment me. You'll tell me how nice I look, but you'll keep your comments to yourself unless I ask you. On the other hand, if I turn around and you look at me from behind, you will suddenly believe, to your shock, disgust, and complete horror, that I will be wearing no clothing of any kind. You will believe that I am mooning you directly in the face, and you will be horrified. But the moment I turn to face you, immediately I will be nicely dressed. It's only when my back is toward you that you suddenly believe it's Moon River. When I count from 1 to 5, you'll be wide awake. These suggestions will take effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wide awake. Well, guys, thank you for coming up. Sit up nice and straight, feet comfortable on the floor. I'm going to move this young man and put you in this chair right over here, so if you slide over there. I'm going to turn around and talk to the audience about what's happening to you guys. Even though I'm talking to them, please do understand that all my comments are actually for you. What I want you guys to understand is how incredibly relaxed all of my volunteers are going to become in really an amazingly short period of time. We'll start with some background music, and by the way, the music is just there for them to focus and relax. It's not like there's backward hidden messages. And then I will begin the suggestions. And these suggestions will take effect, and you'll start to feel yourself just relax. When I say relax, I don't mean like head and pillow. I mean your bodies are going to be loose and you're going to be feeling really good. What is your name?
Betty.
Betty, I don't want you to trip on these slips of paper, so if you don't mind, I'm going to move them a little bit and just get them out of the way. And I've got to ask, ladies, do you like the jacket, ladies? Thank you, I appreciate that. Straight off the rack, haven't had it hammered. I'm afraid the hem is kind of coming out back there, though. I don't know. Teachers, do we have any teachers with us? Any teachers up on stage? What do you teach? Science, okay, great. Any physiology? Do you teach any physiology? A little bit? Then you probably should teach them this. I pulled a muscle in my hamstring a while back, and this happens from time to time. You have got to teach them to stretch those muscles out. Make sure that they are good and stretched from every possible angle, because there's always a possibility of injury if that happens. So, all my volunteers, hold your index finger out in front of your face about 3 feet. Stare at the tip of your finger. You can admire if you must. When I say go, the weirdest thing is going to happen. When I say go, that finger is going to start to move backward toward your nose, and I don't care how hard you try to fight it, you're not going to be able to stop it. You put your knee into it, you put your elbow, every part of your body, it won't make any difference. The more you fight it, the stronger it will get, until it touches your nose, and the moment it touches your nose, bingo, lights out. You will melt away. You'll go down twice as deep as you were. So stare at it, focus on it, concentrate, go! Because the more you fight, the more you struggle until it touches that nose. That's right, just focus on the tip of your finger until it touches that nose, moving backward toward your nose. You can feel the muscles tap, you can feel the muscles crunch, moving backward toward your nose until it touches that nose, and then pow, lights out, getting closer and closer, farther, stronger and faster, faster and stronger until it touches that nose, and the moment it touches that nose, pow, lights out, getting stronger and closer, closer and stronger until it touches that nose, until it touches that nose, and the moment it touches that nose, lights out. Relax. Sleep. You have the ultimate front row seat for a little bit. All my volunteers, listen carefully and listen closely. When I count from 1 to 5, you're going to be sitting up straight, feeling good. I will be nicely dressed no matter what angle you look at me from. However, anytime you hear me and only me utter the word red, you're going to believe that the people sitting closest to you on stage are giving off the most foul, nasty, disgusting body odor that you have ever experienced. I mean, they will smell worse than 1,000 hobos. They are awful. You cannot get near it. Oh, you hate that. But every time I say green, the people near you are going to smell absolutely wonderful. They're going to smell so delicious and so intoxicating. You're going to kind of put your nose in the nape of that neck where that smell's coming from. That's how good it is. But the moment I say the word red, it's like they cut the cheese 1,000 times over. It is awful. When I count from 1 to 5, you'll be sitting up straight, eyes open, wide awake. This will take effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wide awake. Now, I apologize to you guys in the back if I look a little stressed. I flew into Wichita today, and I was supposed to take the bypass around, but I didn't. I took a wrong turn, and I went right through the middle of town. I have not been in a town in a long time that had that many red lights. It was unbelievable. It was just one red after another, and I mean just red light after red light. And then I'm going, okay, are these lights ever going to turn green? Well, one did. One turned green, and then I slid on through to another block, and then there was another green light, and all of a sudden, red light. I come screeching to a halt. All right, so there's this accident in the middle of the intersection. These guys are arguing. One guy goes, "Hey, buddy, I had the green light." The guy said, No, you did not have the green light. There's no way on earth. That light was red, no doubt about it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Who did that? If you know who did that, point that person out to me. Cassidy, what does that smell like to you?
Rose.
Oh my God. Well, anyway, nothing but green lights from that moment forward, and it was great. Yeah, that's good. Everybody sit up straight. Feet flat on the floor. Focus on the tip of my finger. Taking a gentle breath of air. And sleep. Drift. Deeper. All right. I need to know, and I'm trying to see if I get any clues, what your school team name is. So you're close. Tell me the school team name. Eagles. Oh, I love that. Eagles. All right. All my volunteers on stage. Anytime you hear me and only me say the words Canton Galva High School, Anytime that I, and only I, say the words Canton Galva High School, all of the women on stage will suddenly believe that somebody, but you don't know who, has just come up behind you and pinched you on the butt. You're going to jump out of your chair with a resounding shriek. You won't be physically angry, but you'll be a little ticked off. And you're going to believe it was one of these nasty men who did it on stage. But men, every single time that I and only I say the word eagles, or refer in any way to the word eagles, you're going to believe that somebody, and you don't know who, but somebody has come up behind you and begun to give you the world's largest wedgie. And I'm really starting to tell you this, men, every time I say eagles, that wedgie is going to pull higher and higher. Ladies, when I say Canton Galva, they'll pinch you on the butt. Men, when I say eagles, the world's largest wedgie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right away. Well, first of all, I want to thank all of you for inviting me to be here to part of the After Prom fundraiser. It's exciting. First time I've ever been here at Canton Galva High School, and it's been a... Did he do what I think he did?
He shouldn't do that.
I didn't see it, but I want to keep my eyes on you, young man. I want to keep my eyes on you. Anyway, so thrilled to be here as part of your Canton Galva High School fundraiser. I'm excited to be here. Oh, I probably forgot to tell you this. They told me that the men up here are going to be perfect gentlemen. I don't know. I mean, well, that's not how they said it. How they said it was that these men were going to have the eagle's spirit. That's actually how they put it. They said that these guys are going to soar like eagles, and I assume that meant gentlemen. No. Here they are at Canton Galva High School, and next thing you know... Did he do it? Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. I caught it this time. I'm going to move you. Could you just right over here, over on that seat right there? Good. Make yourself... He can't possibly reach you from over there. Good. Anyway, thank you for making me part of your Canton Galva High School. Oh, that is a heck of a reach. All right, how many of you ladies are being bugged by the guys? Let me know. Oh my gosh. How many of you, yeah, I see it. How many of you would like some serious hardcore revenge? Guys, I apologize. Ladies, revenge is at hand. I'm a huge high school sports fan. I mean, well, not so much the sports, I like the team names. And let me explain. I grew up in Springfield, Illinois, capital city of Illinois, and my high school team name was the Senators. How lame is that? Seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Senators to the field. But you guys, I mean, I can only imagine the excitement when they say, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Eagles. And the Eagles start to run onto the stage. The audience, they're up on their feet shouting, Eagles, 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 Eagles. I just feel the energy. Everyone, Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. I love the name Eagles. I cannot get enough of the Eagles. All my men, take a good close look, because when you look again, you'll suddenly realize that none of you guys is wearing any underwear at all. Check it out. Everybody sit up straight, feet flat on the floor. Focus your eyes and attention right here. Taking a gentle breath of air. Sleep. Some of you will have important wisdom to let you back. This man I'm touching here, listen carefully and listen closely. No matter where you are, sir, this man I'm touching on the head, no matter where I am. If ever I go up to somebody on stage and I say sleep and I put them under like you are at this moment, whenever I go up to that person and I hypnotize them, you're going to realize that that person I just hypnotized has really cool shoes. And you're going to believe that you like shoes more than most men like shoes. In fact, you're going to feel compelled to go over to that person and steal his or her shoes from right off their feet. Now, you're going to be real sneaky about it, because you know if I catch you, I'm going to make you give those shoes back. So you're going to do it behind my back while I'm not looking. And then once you've stolen their shoes, you're going to come back to where you are at this moment, and you will hide those shoes by stuffing them up under your shirt. Nevertheless, every time I come up to a new person and I make them sleep, same thing. You'll go over to that new person, steal their shoes, come back, slide those under your shirt. This will go on and on until I tell everybody to sleep once more. When I count from 1 to 5, you'll be wide awake. All my other volunteers, if you see the man in the gray hoodie stealing shoes, you will think that it is his job, and you will let him go on about his business without the slightest bit of interference. If he steals your shoes, not only will you not notice that they are being stolen, you will not notice when they are gone. When I count from 1 to 5, all of you will be wide awake, but you, sir, will be the world's greatest shoe thief. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wide awake. Now, this is the part of the show where I get to kind of interview people, so I'm going to start with you over here. Hi, my name's Chris. You are?
Jackie.
Good to meet you. Thank you for coming up. Oh, and Jackie? Sleep. Jackie, I want you to listen very carefully to what I'm about to tell you, because I have a very important mission, a mission specifically for you. Jackie, from this moment forward, no matter where you are and no matter where I am, every single time that you hear me and only me utter the phrase, "at the movies," anytime I shout, "at the movies," Jackie, you are going to stand up, and at the top of your voice, you're going to shout, "Run, Forrest, run!" and then sit right back down. Every time I say, "at the movies," Jackie, you are going to stand up and shout, "Run, Forrest, run," and this will go on and on until I have you sleep. Once more, when I count from 1 to 5, welcome back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Welcome back. Hi, your name, sir? Well, those are neat shoes, man. Sleep. Ryan, listen carefully and listen closely. From this moment forward, no matter where you are, no matter where I am, whenever you see a woman stand up and shout, "Run, Forrest, run," the moment she has done that, you are going to stand up and you are going to shout, "But I gotta save Bubba," and then sit right back down. Every time she stands up and shouts, "Run, Forrest, run," you will stand up and shout, "But I gotta save Bubba." This will go on and on until I tell you to sleep again. When I count from 1 to 5, you'll be wide awake, but every time you hear your cue, that will happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wide awake. And your name was?
Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer. And Jennifer, sleep. Jennifer, listen carefully and listen closely. I have an important mission for you. From this moment forward, Jennifer, no matter where you are and no matter where I am, every single time, Jennifer, that I say the phrase "working out," anytime I use the words "working out," you're going to shout at me for no reason that you can think of. You're going to shout, "Hey, great butt." You'll forget you've done it, go on about your business. But every time I say "working out," you're going to shout, "Hey, great butt." This will go on and on until I tell you to sleep. When I count from 1 to 5, welcome back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Welcome back. And what was your name?
Mel.
Mel. Oh, nice boots, Mel. Boy, those take a lot of room, don't they? Sleep. Mel, listen carefully and listen closely. No matter where you are, no matter where I am, whenever you hear me and only me say the word "pop," or refer in any way to the word "pop," or even use a phrase that involves the word "pop," you're going to believe that your belly button has popped off your belly and is rolling around on the stage. And now you're going to want to find it because, well, life without a belly button can be pretty extreme. Don't worry. If you don't find it, I have a spare. I will give it back to you and you'll stick it on. But every time I say "pop," off that belly button comes and starts rolling around the stage. Wow, that's impressive. When I count from 1 to 5, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wide awake. What was your name, sir? Good to meet you, Caden. Sleep. Caden, you are number 1. You will remember from this moment forward that you are the number 1. Caden is number 1. What was your name, sir? Oh, I brought you up. Wes, sleep. Wes, you are number 2. You will remember from this moment forward that you are number 2. Number 1, Caden, listen carefully and listen closely, no matter where you are. Whenever you hear me, and only me, utter the word "Titanic," or refer in any way to the movie Titanic, you, Caden, will suddenly believe that you are Jack from the movie Titanic. Wes. Whenever you hear me and only me say the word "Titanic," Wes, you will suddenly believe that you are Rose from the movie Titanic. And Jack, you will stand up and face toward Rose, and Rose, you will stand up and face toward Jack. And you will believe that you have been separated from across the decades, and you will start to run toward each other in romantic, slow motion. Jack, you will shout, "Come to me, Rose." Rose, you will shout, "Come to me, Jack." You will meet in the middle. You will embrace. The instant you touch, the very nanosecond you make even the slightest bit of physical contact, you guys are going to come to realize who you are and what you've been doing. You will not be angry or upset. You'll be a little freaked out. You'll go back to your chairs, but every time I say Titanic, that will happen again. When I count from 1 to 5, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wide awake. So, let me tell you guys a little bit about myself. My name is Christopher Carter. You may remember that from the introduction. I have a Facebook fan page. It's very easy to find, Christopher Carter fan page. So if you're on Facebook, please go like my fan page. If you are on Twitter, I am ESP Chris on Twitter. I am ESP Chris on Twitter. I do have other hobbies. This is not the only thing I do. For example, I'm a huge film buff. I love going to films. And it's a cinch that if I was not here right now, I would be in McPherson and I would just be, at the movies, having a wonderful time. Now, a bit of a problem happened. See, I discovered that I was spending way too much time at the movies. And I was developing some very bad habits. I ate too many of the snacks, for one thing. Oh my gosh. I ate so much popcorn that I could not get a handle on it. I just started to gain weight and... Oh, you found it? Good, good. Make sure it's stuck on good and tight. I saw that pop off, yeah. And soda. I got a question. See, I come from Illinois. We don't call it soda there. We call it pop. I don't know about you guys, but that's what we call it. Did you find it? So I don't know what you guys, if you call it soda or pop, I don't know. It's really, it's up to you. You should probably look. So I gained a lot of weight. I'm proud to say, though, that I've been developing a new exercise program, and I've lost a lot of it. And, well, just today, when I was at the Holiday Inn Express in McPherson, where I'm staying, I was in the gym, and I was working out to be the band. I was working out like you would. Oh, thank you so much. That was so sweet. I really do appreciate that. Because that's what I was doing. I was on the treadmill, and I was working out like you would not believe. I was feeling great. So, I thought I would finish by telling you about my all-time favorite film. And I'm a little embarrassed to share this with you, really, because I'm a man, and this is kind of a chick movie. I saw it when it first came out, and then a couple years ago when they reissued it in high-def 3D, I saw it again. It is my all-time favorite movie. I am a hopeless romantic, but I love Titanic. Just for those of you who have your cell phone cameras at hand, Titanic, I love it, the Titanic. I don't know how many of you know what this is. This is the coolest thing. I stopped by Walmart in McPherson on my way before I left here, and it's crazy. They have Christmas gifts out already for toys, kids. This is the Hypno Blaster. It's like one of those Star Wars trippy toys. It's a blaster, and it shoots hypno rays. And when the hypno rays hit you, you just melt away. You go down really deeper than these guys have been. In fact, I'll show you what I mean. Works good, doesn't it? Double barreled, I had no idea. I'll give you one. Take it from me. Okay. I'm giving you my Hypno Blaster. I'm touching, listen carefully, listen closely. I'm going to count from 1 to 5. In a little bit, everybody will be wide awake. And you're going to realize that you have everybody's shoes shoved under your shirt. And you'll have absolutely no idea how they got there, none whatsoever. Now, you will know that I suspected you of stealing them, so if I ask you about it, you'll have some bizarre conspiracy theory to explain it. It will make no sense to anybody else, but it will make perfect sense to you. But when I count from 1 to 5, everyone will be wide awake. But before you do, we're going to give you all missions. Folks, this is the part of the show where the action starts to take place out in the audience. I call these post-hypnotic suggestions. This woman I'm touching is number 1, this woman I'm touching is number 2, this woman I'm touching is number 3. You 3 are now the official Eagles cheerleaders, and no matter where you are, in the audience or on stage, whenever you hear me and only me say Canton Galba High School, you ladies will leap to your feet, pound your pom-pom once in the air and shout, "Go Eagles! Caw!" and then sit right back down. That will be the cheer, "Go Eagles! Caw!" and sit right back down. You will do this every time I and only I say the words Canton Galba High School. This woman here, the teacher, if ever you see these 3 women stand up and shout Canton Galba High School, you will realize that they were having fun. And having fun is wicked, it is evil, and most importantly, it is against school policy. And you cannot let them get away with it, so you're going to stand up and you're going to scold them. But you will not just scold them, you will use your snobbiest and snottiest sounding voice, and you will use these precise words. "We are not amused." Every time they give their thing, the moment they sit down, that's how you will finish it. "We are not amused." This will go on and on until I tell you to sleep once more. This woman I'm touching is number 1. This woman I'm touching is number 2. Listen carefully and listen closely. Whenever you hear me and only me say the words "back to school," you're going to stand up and you're going to sing, "I'm a little teapot, short and stout." And of course you will illustrate it with the appropriate body gestures. This man I'm touching here and this man I'm touching here. If ever you hear or see anybody leap to their feet and sing, "I'm a little teapot, short and stout," the moment they have finished that, you're going to finish it. You're going to stand up and sing, "Here is my handle, here is my spout," and you will do this until I say the word sleep. This man that I'm touching, no matter where you are in the audience, if ever you hear me say the words "I need help," you will suddenly realize that you are my all-time favorite cartoon character, Mighty Mouse. Now, since you don't know what Mighty Mouse is, he has a theme song. Whenever I say "I need help," you will stand up and belt out, "Here I come to save the day," and then you will sit right back down. That's what you will do every time I say "I need help." This man that I'm touching right here, listen carefully and listen closely. If ever I say the word celebrity, if ever I say the word celebrity, you're going to stand up and shout, "I am Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle," and pound your fist like Tarzan. This will go on whenever I and only I say the word celebrity. Anybody else who does not have a specific cue? I didn't give this one. Did I give this guy one yet? I have? Him. Okay. This man, listen carefully and listen closely. I want you to listen to the following sound. Okay, here's what I need you guys to do. I'll start my hand like this. I will raise it. When I do, I want you to make a noise. Either your feet on the floor or your hands on your knees, but I want a drumming sound. So we're going to raise it to a crescendo together, and we're going to cut it off together. Let's practice. Now, I want to cut it off together, so let's practice again. Perfect. This man, listen to this sound. Because no matter where you are, whenever you hear this sound, you're going to realize that you're in the army now, and those are enemy choppers coming to get you. But you won't let them know. No, you won't let them get you because you are Rambo. You have machine guns and grenade launchers, and you're going to fight off those choppers, and you're going to crawl beneath the rocks and bushes, running, hiding, and ducking for cover until that sound comes to a stop. The moment it does, you will come to with no idea what you've been doing or how you got there, but whenever you hear this sound, you are Rambo. If you do not have a specific mission, every time I say the word red, you're going to believe that the person sitting closest to you has just passed wind. When I count from 1 to 5, you'll be wide awake. Remember your suggestions, because I will send you back out into the audience, and every time you hear them, you will perform them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wide awake. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming up and volunteering. I do appreciate that. Sir, will you stand up? Stand up. Shake yourself out. Oh. Keep shaking. Good. You told me you weren't stealing people's shoes.
I didn't steal no shoes.
How'd they get there?
It was the flies in the atmosphere. They came and snapped them up to people's feet.
Somehow that makes sense to me, actually. Well, guys, we have run out of time for the hypnosis show. I apologize for not getting to it. We just had too much of the mind reading show. So, I'm going to let you guys in a second go back out into the audience. I'll have the audience give you a big round of applause. Go back to where you were seated in the audience. Make sure you bring your shoes or your glasses, whatever you have with you. But give it up for these guys. Give them a huge round of applause for coming out and helping us out. And I want to thank all the people who put this fundraiser together. We could not have done it without them. All the people who are doing the food and the tickets and everything. Please give them a huge round of applause for their help. We'll give them a chance to get themselves back. I do have a few closing announcements before we shut down the show. First of all, my name, as I say, is Christopher Carter. It's a thrill for me to be here because, to be honest, this is the only time I get to play star. Otherwise, I'm a regular person. And I just love the chance to stand up here and be a celebrity, you know, for everybody. Oh, no, I'd rather have another celebrity. Excellent. It is really great to be here, folks, at the Canton Galva High School. Thank you very much. Yes. I could not agree with you more. It is so embarrassing, so juvenile, right? It's like they're back to school again, you know? Just like they're back to school. Oh, bummer, that one didn't work. Oh, well. Anyway, my name is Christopher Carter. For what I'm about to do, I need help from somebody in the audience. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Because somebody will be kind of a celebrity up here on stage in just a little bit. Oh, excellent. Good to meet you. And thank you for making me part of the Canton Galva High School. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yes. Anyway, it is a thrill to be back to school. I just love the feeling of being back to school. Folks, we've been sitting in one place for a mighty long time. The blood just pools in the hands and the feet. And I know of only one good way to get that blood pumping, folks. That is for us to make some noise. All my volunteers who have been on stage and escorted into the audience, please sit up straight, feet flat on the floor, hands palm down on each of your knees. Please focus your eyes and attention right here on the very tip of my index finger. In a minute, it will drop, and when it does, I want you to take yourself down gently, safely, staying comfortably in your seat, but deeply focus and sleep and drift deeper, deeper, and deeper still. All my volunteers, listen carefully. I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and when I do, you're going to be sitting up straight, wide awake, filled with energy. Will be the end of the show, and every suggestion that has been given to you will be gone completely, vanished like a fading cloud. You may remember everything, you may remember nothing, but the one thing you will remember is the incredible time you had volunteering for this show. You're going to go away from this experience with more energy than you have had in weeks and weeks and weeks. If people said to you, what did you do last night? You will enthusiastically tell them that you participated in Christopher Carter's show. When I count from 1 to 5, you'll be wide awake. Every suggestion will be gone, except this. The next time, and only the next time, that you hear me, and only me, say my name, Christopher Carter, you will immediately realize that you are Tony the Tiger. You will leap to your feet, pound your fist in the air, and just like Tony the Tiger, you will shout, "He's great!" Having done that, every suggestion will be gone. 1, feel the energy coming back into your body, beginning to lift you up into your chair. Feel your body filling with energy. 2, feel energy moving up from your feet all the way up through your head, down your arms. 3, eyes starting to open and you're wide awake and feeling good. 4, eyes opening now. 5, everybody wide awake. All my volunteers, shake yourselves out so I know you guys are feeling good, folks. These are the stars of the show. Please give it up for them. And as for me, my name is Christopher Carter, and that is the end of the show. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.